Well, hi folks. Monday, August the 17th, Vancouver Island. Yeah, I was just sort of thinking this morning. It's been an interesting journey. You know, it's, what would you call it, down the rabbit hole, or perhaps it's more more apt to call it into the Gopher Hill. Because everything has been branching off in so many directions, and there's just so many nuances, and it all boils back to this Agenda 21 that a lot of people who might watch this won't believe, or don't believe, or refuse to believe. And the crazy thing is, it's all out in the open now. It's all there for you to see. But a lot of people look but don't see. And so this last couple of days, maybe this last 36 hours, 48 hours, we've been sort of intrigued. The Millie Weaver released that documentary, Shadowgate, and she was arrested within minutes of that being uploaded. She sort of felt that indications are that her internet wasn't working. She thought she was being slowed down. She had sent the video to someone else and was uploading it online. When the arrest was made, people came to arrest her and her partner. And even the hydro was shut off for a few minutes. I guess when you shut hydro off, you can just really mess up an upload. So there's a lot of intrigue around that whole thing, and I'm not sure if you've had a chance. It's had several million views already, and it's in other languages. It's gone crazy. There's a documentary called Shadowgate, and it's pretty much what anybody who has been watching since the pre-Trump election days. I mean, they're just documenting what was going on, or what is going on. And I know a lot of left-wing people, a lot of center people, a lot of conservative people, right-wing, don't want to acknowledge that this kind of things happen. This kind of thing happens in North America, because there are Canadian connections to this, folks. And so that's the Gopher Hill I've been sort of wandering through, or rabbit's hole, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'll have some links in the description portion. And of course, it's not just North America we're looking at. We're looking at Great Britain, Europe, Australia, and North America, because these are all interwoven. I mean, these tunnels lead all over the damn place. Been crazy. And the interesting thing is, a lot of the independent research journalists that you follow, you're watching what they're doing and their reports. Sometimes their egos get out of play too, because if something comes up that everybody wants to be the first breaking news sort of thing. So that's understandable. I guess that's human nature. But to try to figure out the bottom line of this is sort of a challenge. Well, we do know what's obvious. I mean, especially stateside right now, there's government officials involved. You just have to look at the West Coast, Washington State, Oregon, and California. Then sort of go across to some of the others, like Minnesota, Chicago, Illinois. A lot of places you can see that New York, these clowns called governors and mayors are up to here and shit. I mean, you bump into them when you're in the rabbit hole of the Gopher Mount. I mean, some of the things that are going on is just sort of crazy. And the crazy thing is, there's Democrats, there's Republicans involved in this as well. Everybody seems to be getting a nice payday. When you go over to Britain, Zerka is involved in this illegal immigration scam. I'll put a couple of updates into that. Patel is now acknowledging that there is a problem. She's just been talking, but the reporter's information is finally getting them to slap them in the head like their head got hit with a wet fish. They got to sort of wake up. On an interesting side, Rebel News. Ezra Levant, I'm not sure if you watch Rebel News. A lot of people, including even our left, our liberals, conservatives, a lot of people won't acknowledge that sort of online news channel. They sort of don't like the reporters. And I suppose it's because nobody likes people looking and asking the tough questions and pointing out foibles. But Ezra Levant Friday watched the arrest video of this Millie Weaver, the documentary filmmaker for Shadowgate. And he just saw this portion where she was being arrested. And being a lawyer, he thought there's something irregular going on here. And he saw the children in the video and felt really that it just got to him. So he started a GoFundMe page and has raised over $150,000 Canadian for a defense fund for this Millie Weaver. Because nobody knows, she was arrested over the weekend and nobody knew what was going to happen. I've actually seen the indictment online, and you don't know how true it is because you can't see the signature yourself, but it looks like it is. I think George Webb was showing it on the McDuff interview this morning. He had a copy of it, and he got it. I don't know. But anyway, it was interesting that a Canadian Rebel News would do a fundraiser to raise a defense fund for Millie Weaver, who this fellow really doesn't know. He just watches Millennial Millie's videos. Just from the heart and throw of all these riots, she's in there interviewing people. It's quite remarkable, really. So anyway, she is supposedly going to be released today along with her partner and friend, and her children will come back. So I'll put some links in so you can watch that. But the interesting thing with her documentary, and of course you can just go back into time and just pay attention to what happened, because if you're a child of CNN or CBC or NBC or BBC or all these CTV, MSNBC, ABC, you probably don't know this because they don't tell you what's going on. Or they do, but it's nuanced in a way to make the left, the Democrats, look like heroes. And they've done that from day one as they're trying to sort of dislodge an elected president. I find it totally incredible. But it turns out there are corrupt judges, there are corrupt politicians, there are corrupt prosecutors. And there's not just one or two, there's a whole group of these people. And it's sort of scary, really. And I'm not sure where this is all going to end, but I'll put links and you can take a check for yourself. And all I can say, if we don't really just dig our heels in and start researching on our own, look at the facts, look at what's going on, just look at this Agenda 21, Agenda 2020, Agenda 2030, Agenda 2050, that real conference where 106 countries signed off on it. Just look at that. And then read the material. And don't get all the warm and fuzzy, just the warm and fuzzy side. But then look what's happening in the Western world. And in the communist countries as well. Just look at what's happening and look at those documents. And if you don't, if you've got enough brain cells to create a circuit, you've got to see there's a connection there. And I don't know, time is short for people to sort of stand up and say, whoa. And or else you're going to be in a place, we're all going to be in a place where I sure as hell don't want to be. I don't want my children and my grandchildren to be in that place. But anyway, You've got to get your brain cells together and check this stuff over and to come up with your own conclusion. Maybe I've just been in the rabbit hole of the Gopher trails too long. Maybe I'm wrong. And if you can have some logical facts that makes, so you can place them there, maybe you can prove this whole theory wrong. Take care. Bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow.